The mindset of the strong lies in a power that crushes others through awareness. Why is it that some people, despite having average resources and an ordinary starting point, are able to turn the tide against all odds? Why is it that you, working overtime, living with anxiety and intolerance every day, still feel like life is barely being held together? The problem isn't that you're not working hard enough, nor is it bad luck. The root lies in your underlying mental framework, which directly determines the quality of your actions and the way you channel your energy. True strong individuals don't necessarily do more than you do. It's that the way they view problems, the direction they strike, and the structure of how they deal with inner conflicts are fundamentally different. Most of us easily fall into surface-level diligence, constantly trying to prove ourselves, please the world, worrying about outcomes, doubting life's meaning. Yet in the end, going nowhere. What you need isn't more hard work, but a disruptive awakening of awareness. The gap between the strong and the weak has never been about emotional intelligence, ability, or luck. It's about whether your thinking has evolved beyond primitive instincts. Once you grasp these 5 mindsets of the strong, if you truly internalize them, the trajectory and dimensions of your life will begin to change. 1. The weak think about how to avoid failure. The strong only focus on how to get closer to the goal. Ordinary people, when doing things, constantly think, I just hope I don't screw this up. What if I fail? Should I wait a bit longer? But the strong use a reverse deduction model with goal-driven thinking. They never passively wait for perfect conditions. Instead, they set a clear target, immediately get a version done, and improve it as they move forward. It's not that they're unafraid of failure. It's that they don't treat failure as the focus. What they care about is, what's the next thing I can do to move one step closer to my goal? Procrastination, avoidance, hesitation. These are all signs of the weak fearing mistakes. The strong don't chase perfection. They pursue progress, feedback, and adjustment, too. The strong never ask, what do others think of me? But always ask, who am I becoming? Your foundational mindset determines whether you live under others' expectations or walk your own path. Many people get stuck halfway because they care too much about others' opinions. Is this too risky for me to do? Will people think I've changed? Will they laugh at me? But the strong think, my life isn't for explaining. It's for evolving. If you want to become someone extraordinary, you must learn to endure the discomfort, misunderstandings, and loneliness that come with that transformation. Those who truly lead never turn around to explain themselves. 3. The strong aren't emotionless. They just don't let emotions control their direction. Inner turmoil isn't caused by problems being too big, but by your thinking being hijacked by emotions. Strong people also feel vulnerable, anxious, and angry, but they've mastered one key ability sooner than most: leave emotions for the night, bring rationality into the day. When a person learns not to vent emotions outward, not to spread negativity, and not to dwell on negative loops, they develop an inner calm others lack. This is what people call presence or aura. You think they were born calm? No. They've simply trained themselves in a core strength. When emotions aren't right, don't act. When actions are off target, don't respond. When the direction isn't clear, hold your pace. Calmness is the sharpest weapon. 4. The strong never ask from the outside. They only dig from within. The weak ask, why won't anyone help me? The strong ask, what can I rely on within myself to solve this? The weak cling to external validation, resources, platforms, and recognition. The strong believe in one thing: as long as I can make one small breakthrough, I can create the next. This self-driven model requires no dependence, begging, or wishful thinking, which makes them freer, firmer, and irreplaceable. The world's uncertainty is not an excuse for you to compromise, but a greenhouse for your inner growth. The signature of a strong person is, the more they work, the clearer their mind. The harder they fight, the steadier their steps. They can rise without relying on anyone. 5. The strong live by one belief. I allow myself to move slowly, but I must be on the right path. The truly formidable people aren't those who take off quickly, but those who steadily widen the gap over time and grow increasingly unshakable. Many people get trapped in anxiety because they feel they're not fast enough, not doing enough, not like others. But the strong know. Life is a marathon, a compound interest game. Speed isn't the essence, direction is. Doing more isn't as good as doing it right. Getting it perfect in one go isn't as good as creating lifelong separation through steady gains. It's not that you lack potential. You're just trapped in someone else's rhythm, forced to sprint, only to collapse before the finish line. The strong don't chase trends. They persistently bet on the one thing that brings compounding growth for them, no matter how small, and hold it till the end. Your life begins to transform the very moment you stay calm in the face of nonsense, ignore toxic people, and quietly push forward towards your goal.